Today we are discussing about Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. Erikson, it's his name, 1902 to 1994. It was the stage of theorist. As you know that Freud has given the theory of psychosexual development. He was much influenced by the psychosexual development theory of Freud. Therefore, he emphasized that ego plays a crucial role in child's development by mastering attitudes, ideas, and skills at each stage. Erikson's theory, influenced by Freud's work, focuses on psychosocial development rather than psychosexual development, aiming to help children grow into successful, well-adjusted adults. The stage that make up his theory as in 8 stages. Erikson maintained that personality develops in a predetermined order through 8 stages of psychosocial development from infancy to adulthood. During each stage, the person experiences a psychosocial crisis that could positively or negatively affect personality development. Therefore, if we see that what happens? There are the 8 stages. How many stages? Is 8 stages. And these 8 stages are given the name as stage 1, trust versus mistrust. One is the trait, another is negative trait. If positive trait is developing, then it will go from first to eighth, that is from trust to integrity. If mistrust develops, then it will go to the despair. Now we have a chart. Through this chart, we will try to understand what are those stages and what is the age of that stage. The first stage is the infancy. It is from birth to 8 months. And the traits that the conflict is between trust and mistrust. And what is the important event at this time? That is the feeding. Because you know that an infant needs only to feed. So, trust or mistrust, that basic needs such as nourishment and affection, that will be met. If there is the nourishment, the trust will develop. Another way, another trait, the negative, that is the mistrust. After that, the second stage comes. This second stage is early childhood, that is from 1st to 3 years. Here the traits are as autonomy versus shame or doubt. What is the virtue of this stage? That is the will. That is will. That means it develops a sense of independence in many tasks. It develops a sense of independence in many tasks. Generally, what happens at this time? That is the toilet training. Outcome, what comes? That is the will. That means, what is the will of a child? And next, that is the preschool stage, that is 3 to 5 years. Here, the conflict between initiative and guilt. The important event at this stage takes place exploration. That means search. And outcome is the purpose. What outcome? That is the purpose. Then what happens? A child take initiative on some activities which may develop guilt when unsuccessful boundaries are overstepped. If a child takes initiative, if its purpose is the to get some of the initiative, if you success in these, then it's good. Otherwise, the child will feel what will feel guilt. And after that, the next age comes, that school age, that is most important, is 6 to 11 years. And the conflict is between industry and inferiority. There are the two traits: industry, that is hard work; inferiority, that means I am not the superior. And important event at this time, a child goes to school and he develops confidence. If he gets success, then at this stage, what happens? Develop self-confidence in abilities when competent, or sense of inferiority when not. Okay, if a child thinks that he's competent to do the work, to get something, then what will develop? Confidence will develop. If he fails on that one, he will feel that I'm inferior. Then what will happen? A sense of inferiority will be there. And after that, next stage comes, that is adolescence, that is from 12 to 18 years. Here, the identity versus role confusion. That means the child or the adolescent had started to make the relationships. It is called as the social relationship. If and what is the outcome? The outcome is the fidelity. That is, what is fidelity? That means an adolescent do experiment with and develop identity and roles. If he gets or success, he gets identity. Otherwise, he or she confuses. And after that, next stage comes the stages of young adulthood. That is from 19 to 40 years. And it is the most one of the most important time when intimacy versus isolations. These are the conflict or traits. And at this time, also same as the adolescence, there is the relationship and the outcome. What is the outcome? The outcome is the love at this stage. That is young adulthood. Okay. Then what happens in this may? In this stage, establish intimacy and relationship with others. Intimacy means establish intimacy and relationship with others. Otherwise, if he is in the negative trait, he want to be in isolate. He don't want mixed to the society. He don't want mixed to his group. He remains all, he or she remains all alone. And after that, next is the middle adulthood, that is from 40 to 65 years. And now you know that after that 65, that means senior citizen. At this stage, there is the generativity and stagnation. And what is the important event at this time? You know well. What happens at this time? Work and parenthood. And the main purpose is care. The main purpose is care. So at this time, generativity versus stagnation. That means a person wants to contribute to society and be a part of a family. If it's good, then he thinks that he's going to be well. Otherwise, negative trait, that is stagnation, that comes out. And the last stage, you know, this is the last stage. The last stage is maturity, that is 65 to death. At this time, ego integrity versus despair. That means reflection on life and purpose is wisdom. What happens at this time? This is the most important last time. That means last stage of the life, according to Erikson. At this time, a person assesses and makes sense of life and meaning of contribution. If he have achieved in the life, he takes his scholar. Oh, yes, I did this one, this one. Otherwise, if negative trait is there, then what will happen? Oh, I couldn't do anything in my life which are beneficial for me and for my life and for society and for the nation. I wasted my time. Then what will appear? disappear will be there. There, in this way, we can say that Erikson theory outlines 8 stages of psychosocial development from infancy to late adulthood. At each stage, individual feels a conflict between two opposing states. Either you can say states or the traits. Traits. If you have read in the Mendel's law, then these are the traits. Here, Erikson has uses the words as states and say personality. Successfully resolving the conflict leads to virtues like hope, will, purpose, and integrity. Failure leads to outcome like mistrust, guilt, role confusion, and despair. In this way, Erik Erikson has given 8 stages of life for the psychosocial development.